your lineup?
The lineup is so-so. It's so-so. But, you know, I just don't know of Arsenal. I think we've lacked creativity.
Yeah.
The midfield's not great. The defense is suspect. Aubameyang's not scoring anymore. So who knows what could happen?
What's the problem with Ozil? Ozil, how do you pronounce his name? Ozil. What's the problem there?
Well, prior to Arteta coming in, he was up and down. His form was very up and down. But Arteta has the same mentality as Pep Guardiola. If you train well, then you play, right? Ozil probably wasn't training well. Plus, there were probably some personal issues, and that's kind of kept him out of the team. And I think financially as well, there's some sort of situation where there's an appearance fee, I think. Then obviously we're paying a huge outlay. So I think that's the reason why Ozil's out of the team. You know,
Jamie, such a talented player.
Was talented. Was.
But is he like another Sanchez where he's on a ridiculous wage?
He's on 350 a week.
Wow. I always thought, God, he's a player that if someone would go in and snap him up, that'd make a difference. But I think our fingers have been burnt last time dealing with you a lot with Sanchez.
Yeah. That's what you got to do. I mean, Chelsea keep doing it to Arsenal. You know, they keep flooding us. Willian, they gave us. Let's have the player they gave us. They've given us a few of their players, David Luiz, and they've made Arsenal a retirement home. Yeah. But all right. Anyway, we'll wait for the viewers to come in. It's Pets UK Pro B's delight to be joined by Joe Gallagher, avid Manchester United fan.
Yeah, bit nervous today.
You're at home. You shouldn't be nervous. You're at home.
No, yeah, I know, but like you say, our home form is shocking this year, isn't it? So it's especially in the Premier League, especially against London teams. Obviously losing to Palace, battered by Tottenham, and obviously 0-0 with Chelsea last time.
I must admit, the game against Spurs, I didn't know how to take that. I mean, it's Spurs, okay, which is one thing, and the second thing as well is United. So a draw would have suited me down to the T.
Yeah.
That way, Spurs wouldn't have won, and then that way, Man United wouldn't have won the other way as well. So it's bittersweet.
Yeah, it's it's got to be weird today because obviously now you see Everton got beat today. Liverpool are up there, I think the top, and United all of a sudden they can't lose today, and so already be such a gap behind the front runners when they want to try and make inroads at the top today. Definitely have to win this game, United. We can't be dropping more points at home today. Our away form, as you've seen, has been very good over here against PSG midweek again. When we won in Leipzig. So Brighton in the FA Cup and in the league, our away form's been very good. It's just our home form. Which you think it'd be the other way around, to be fair?
Well, a lot of people would say that the reason why that is because you're a counter-attacking team. You've got the pace up front, so you kind of soak up the pressure and hit teams on the counter-attack. Whereas when you're at home, the onus is on you to attack teams.
Yeah.
So it's a bit different. Maybe that's the reason why. I don't know.
Yeah. No, like I say, there's some. I've just seen there on Sky now that there's been some right classics over the years. I was there at Old Trafford when Martin Keown and Ruud van Nistelrooy and the penalty, and there's some. It's just when you look at the players that have played in these matches: Overmars, Bergkamp, Van Nistelrooy. Do you know what I mean? Cantona. I mean Thierry Henry. Do you know what I mean? It's just Ronaldo. What some quality players in Europe there that have played in this fixture over the years.
And it's a shame. It's a shame that the rivalry is not the same. This used to be the biggest game. You think I'll be doing a watch-along? If this was 10 years ago, Vieira and Keane in the tunnel?
No, like you say, in all competitions, whether it was the league, the FA Cup, the Littlewoods, Milk, Rumbelows, whatever that cup was called at the time, it was always fierce, and we always looked forward to the Vieira v Keane midfield battle, and then with Lee Dixon used to get himself in a few scrapes as well, didn't he? And Beckham would always have something to say. And that it was great. I do feel the game has changed from then to how it is now. But like I say, today it's a pressure game, and like I say, it's up United. Make sure United win this today.
All right. Before we get into this watch along, this massive game, I've got to ask you about last night in the boxing. Usyk, was it a masterclass, or did you feel like you were underwhelmed by what Usyk had? Well, had an offer on the night.
I've not really watched all of the fight yet. I've only seen bits. I did watch Santa Cruz Gervonta Davis. Unbelievable fight. It's a shame it ended the way it did, because I was dying to see that go into rounds 9, 10, 11. Brilliant finish by Gervonta Davis. What a shot. But Leo Santa Cruz, what a performance. Credited himself very well early on. Was having success in that fight. But you just seen when Davis started letting the shots go, you could see he carried the power with him all the time. Fantastic win. And I'd love to see him now versus the winner of Campbell Garcia. That'd be a great fight. Inoue last night, punch perfect, brilliant right hand, and taking care of Maloney. And then obviously to touch on Usyk and Chisora, from what I read and see, Usyk won the fight quite clearly. People's scorecards 8-2, 9-3, 8-4, 9-3 type of scorecards. But then people close to Derek Chisora, from what I've seen, people are saying that he thought he won. But I feel they were getting a bit of a kickback and lambasted for them type of comments today. And I think when you're emotionally involved, sometimes you don't see it clearly. And I think there's a few of them. I see Dave Coldwell, Tony Bellew, sort of like half getting slated because they thought Chisora won the fight last night. But when it's scorecards of like 116, 112, and for Usyk, it looked like he's quite a clear winner.
Yeah, it was for me, good fight in terms of, seeing some of the sweet science of what Usyk was doing on the night. He was moving around the ring like he had rollerblades on. He's that talented. In terms of the power heavyweight, I don't think he's going to have that power, but I think he's going to rely on skill to beat a lot of these top heavyweights. Yeah.
No, I thought last night, David Haye being involved, he knows all about sizes of rings, fighting Klitschko's and stuff like that. Would like to make it the smallest ring possible for Derek last night against Usyk. So that would have played a big part in Derek most probably try to pin Usyk to the ropes and not giving him a chance to breathe and move. Like I say, I haven't seen it. I don't know if it was a massive ring, a small ring or whatever, but from what I read, Usyk had Derek in trouble a couple of times. So listen, he's a good fighter, Usyk, but is he big enough to challenge the big boys, your Joshua's, your Wilders and your Tyson Furies? What was your thought on it?
I think with Chisora, you know what you're going to get, up in your face. He's going to look to take your head off. I think when he fights against someone that has a bit more variety about him in terms of technical ability plus having the power, then it's going to be a lot different. It's going to be a lot different. And also a fresher, younger fighter as well. The top guys are younger than Chisora. Even if Chisora is still a good night's work, you've got some other guys like Fury and Joshua who are excellent fighters on the world stage that are a lot fresher. So, people harp on about Chisora's losses and stuff, but when you check the resume and you check the rec sheet, he's fought proper guys. He's fought proper guys. They're not 10 plumbers from them losses. Those are proper challenges. So,
you just had to think how all them years ago, how from what I read last night, Derek put in a really good performance. And when you think back years ago when he famously gave Klitschko a slap across the chops and challenged him and put up a good performance many years ago over there, and he's still there today, pushing Usyk, from what I read, into a good fight last night. It wasn't a close fight, but he made Usyk win every round by all accounts.
We look forward to the next big one. I think that's White against Povetkin, part 2.
Yeah.
No, I think Katie Taylor's first, then it's White Povetkin. So we look forward to the next. I don't even know the live events are still going on. We'll have to look into that and see, with this whole lockdown number 2. But all right, the game's kicked off. More importantly, guys, smash the like button. Joe Gallagher in the building, Manchester United fan against an Arsenal fan. If Joe gives me any stick during this game, please back me up. I just hope the Arsenal defence holds up for the 90 minutes. So what formation is Manchester United playing, you think? Is it 3-4-3 or?
Yeah, no, I think they're doing the 4 and they're playing Bruno Fernandes just behind Rashford and Mason Greenwood, 2 up front. I like Mason Greenwood up front. He played more direct up front in the week. He usually plays Martial, Rashford and Greenwood, but they all play quite deep from getting the ball and going forward. I don't think Greenwood's a right winger. I do like him up the middle, and he scored a great goal midweek when he played direct up the middle. And I think Rashford, when he plays up the middle direct, is very good as well. But like I say, they're playing 2 up front today, and I think that'll be good with Bruno Fernandes just behind the front 2. You've got Pogba in the team. I'm sure he'll try running that midfield, and McTominay alongside him as well, putting the challenges in, protecting the back 4.
It's going to be interesting to see Thomas Partey against McTominay in midfield. I'm looking forward to seeing what the new Arsenal boy can do. He's come with a hefty price tag, and a lot's expected of Thomas Partey. Do you know much about him?
No, I don't. Like you said, I'm just hearing there what they were saying on TV. Now, like I said, there's an awful lot. I think Arsenal, a bit like Chelsea, the buying players. And I remember Ferguson always says he always used to give them a season to settle in, and then they needed to start producing in the second season. But like you say, what a first match for Arsenal at Old Trafford, the Theatre of Dreams, and against Manchester United. And like I say, both teams really need the 3 points today. I don't think Arsenal are coming up here to be happy with a point today. I think they want the 3 points.
I hope so. Our away record is dreadful. It's really dreadful.
Away record?
Yeah, it's dreadful. It's been like that for years.
All right. Last year, or did you draw at Old Trafford last year, did you?
Yeah, 1-1. We had that VAR goal.
That's right, yeah. McTominay scored, and that was it.
And we should have won that game. I remember that game. We had quite a few chances. We should have won that game. Yeah. And Arsenal was choking, with the chances. We should have won that game. Yeah,
I think our back 4, I think, still indecisive. Harry Maguire, I made me laugh the other day when Simon Jordan said he turns like an ocean liner. The young kid, Alex, came in against PSG, and he kept Neymar and Mbappe in his pocket.
Mbappe.
Wow. Yeah, what a good player. And you just thought, well, let's bring him in. Do you know what I mean? Start playing him and play him along aside Eric Barley or Lindelof, or like I say, he's a good player. I'm sure after that performance of the day, everyone would have sat up and took heed. And if he hasn't got to start getting first team football, they'll be coming in offering big money to sign him. He's a good player.
Definitely. All right, Max Gracie says United. Okay, we've got United fans that just come in. Hey, Arsenal, any Arsenal fans? Not yet. But we're about to kick off. Arsenal in the white kit, Manchester United in the traditional red.
Yeah. Well, remember that a few weeks ago, United, when they started at home against Spurs, they got an early goal, and then it was the worst thing that could happen. And it just obviously then within 10, 15 minutes to 2-1, half an hour gone 3-1 down. So I think it's the defence of United. If we can just be tight at the back early on and not give anything silly away, not making any rash challenges. And they were guilty in that match, United, a couple of times as well. And against the Chelsea game, they had chances and they didn't finish them. But they seem to have found the finishing in midweek in Europe. They were ruthless, and they need to be ruthless tonight. That if any chances do come, that they do hit the back of the net. I think United in the past have been guilty of trying to walk the ball into the net, trying to do the perfect passing into the net. When years ago, obviously Van Persie, who played for both teams, Van Nistelrooy, Henry, did absolutely take shots on outside of the box, your Scholes, Keanes, and everything else. And I think the United need to start doing that, shooting on sight and making the goalkeeper work instead of trying to do the perfect pass.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you always need that. Well, you got Bruno that can do that. In fairness, so
yeah, Bruno can, but your two forwards are very good, very good. But I just feel it's the occasion. Sometimes I don't watch them much, but I always feel they always turn up. If they feel like it, they can turn it on. And then there's other days they turn up and you want them to turn up. It's a bit like Pogba for us. In the big games, you want him to turn up and he doesn't. And then he does turn up for the games that he doesn't really need to turn up for. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know if that's the same for your front too.
Aubameyang, the big goals away from home, they don't seem to be happening. Lacazette doesn't score against big teams away from home. So it's a problem that Arsenal need to address. But again, I feel like Arsenal are still in a transitional stage of a new manager. Okay, yeah, we've had a couple of trophies, but there's some average players that need to be shipped out.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a process. You know, I'm under no illusion. But
the season started so well. We ended last season well, winning the FA Cup, starting the season winning the Charity Shield. I know it's a curtain opener and everything else, but psychologically well and for confidence. You thought so far, like the way Arsenal's shaping up here now, like they could make a real. I know it's early days, and that's why I think they'd really want to, before they start getting into that slump of being 5, 6, 7, before you know it, 8, 9 points behind the leading pack, that they want to be up there and around the Christmas time and not be far off the pace to put a serious challenge in.
Definitely. But again, I think it's such a competitive league where, you know, any team can beat any team on a given day. So that kind of, you know, makes it possible to dream that you can make top 4 if you're an Arsenal or a Man United or even a Chelsea, whatever, or even a Leicester.
The fact that me and you sat here saying about a top 4 when years ago we were fighting for who'd win this, who'd win the league.
Times have changed. Big time.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Right. It's been fairly even so far. All right. Here we go. Saka, he's been brilliant so far this season.
Oh, he's been a great buy for Manchester United up to now this season. I think the thrashing, Mourinho put 2 players and kept Wan-Bissaka pushed back so he couldn't do on the runs. And I thought that's what Arsenal might try and do today. Or the big lads get in and around Maguire and knock his confidence early on and make him put a challenge in and get him on a yellow card and put the pressure on Maguire. That's
why I must admit Arteta really should have put Aubameyang in the middle so you can play on the shoulder of Harry Maguire, who's not the quickest of defenders. So it puzzles me why he's on the left again. But I think a criticism of the Arsenal fans is that Arteta is very rigid in his approach. Very, very rigid with his formation and the way he sticks players in their position with a lack of flexibility. So, I don't know, maybe the plan is that he comes off the left at some stage, but I would have liked to see him through the middle. Our top goal scorer is on the left. Doesn't make sense. Yeah. And then Willian comes in, and Willian has not been great. You know, another Chelsea player that's come for retirement pay.
Yeah. United there, a couple of times there, they tried to play it out, and the sloppy balls in midfield, they're just... If Ferguson was in there, they'd all be getting a roasting, but they're trying to play it out, and they're just not. They're just getting caught, gets to the midway, and look, and they get deep, repossessed again, they get the ball took off them. They just can't get out of their own half at the moment, United.
Oh, here we go.
Challenges in breaking up the play.
Look at that. You should have released the ball, William. Should have released the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've had some sloppy balls. Look at that. All right, what's Aubameyang going to do?
Oh no. McTominay's been a good player for United. He's coming through. I remember Ferguson telling Mourinho he was the one to watch out for and give him his chance. And I wouldn't say a late developer, but he's coming through, and his last couple of performances, he's matured. He's beginning to mature a lot and find his feet in the team. It's hard for him as well when you're going into midfield, when someone like the likes of Pogba comes in as a huge personality, and you're playing alongside him. But he seems to have matured over the last 8 to 10 months, McTominay, and I really do feel he's got to grow and get better as time goes on.
Definitely. For what I've seen about him, he's got a good engine. You know, he's good in a tackle, and he can whack one from 30 yards. I mean, you talked about long range shooting. He can do that, but obviously he needs to be instructed to do that, right? So.
Yeah, Maguire with the head there. Him and De Gea having a thing. I think the same with De Gea. He played well again the other week, and then there's other times he just lets silly goals in for the sake of it. He's under pressure now of Henderson now signing a contract at United again, now renewing it. He'll be wanting to get a chance.
All right, Ant Phillips, how you doing, mate? I think United are going to lose tonight. I hope so. I hope so. Joe doesn't hope so, but I hope so. Max Gracie, Rashford for the double. Potentially, he's playing up against Rob Holding, who's not the quickest defender on the ground. So, if I was Marcus Rashford, that's the side of the Arsenal defence that I would target.
Yeah. So sometimes, like Marcus, there he's. He likes to try and come a little bit deep, a bit like Martial, most probably a bit like one of your all-time greats, Thierry Henry, where they like to get the ball there and cut in from the wing and head in. And then Ronaldo was like that. It's when Ronaldo then went to your Real Madrids and that, and Mourinho and that started playing him directly in the middle. I like Rashford or Greenwood to play more direct in the middle instead of coming deep all the time.
Yeah, you saw that. That's the first one.
Yeah.
You see Holden blocking off Rashford.
Yeah.
I wonder, are we in sync?
I've got to say how far ahead are you now? Because we've got just blown a free kick for Pogba just going off.
Yeah, it's about the same. Yeah. I don't know. It could be quick in London. I don't know.
Yeah, there's typical north-south divide again. Yeah. You're closer to Sky Studios,
aren't you? All right, I'll hold back on the northern jokes. I'll hold back on them. All right.
So it's like United that they've gone and bought that Danny De Beek. He started in midweek, but hasn't been really given a chance. Solskjaer's got a bit of criticism from Johan Cruyff, but Fred has played, and he's done right in his appearances up to now this year. They're not the great, and they're doing well against the so-called teams. But then, like you say, when they have played against Tottenham, Chelsea, they've been absolutely found out. And you wonder how much longer Ollie's got to keep the faith with this lineup, and when he's got to start making changes, like you say, with Maguire, with Fred, Martial. I think Martial. Doesn't seem to not get as much abuse as he should do. If that makes sense.
So you know what? You don't rate Martial?
No, I rate Martial. He's a good player, but I think for sometimes the shift he puts in for 90 minutes, you just know maybe we're still stuck in a Ferguson Wenger area where when you went in, then players were getting a bollocking, and you'd have your Ronaldo's tracking back, Beckham, Keane, Scholes, where players lose them. Oh my God! Oh, the Saka there stopped that ball coming through. But how easy was that there again for Arsenal to get into, literally within shooting distance, or a few yards out from David De Gea? They're too slow coming out, stopping them.
All right, that was a very silly step over from, I think, Saka, right near his own box. All right. Thomas Partey. That's nice. All right. See, this is Aubameyang again in the wrong areas on the left. Here we go. Oh, my gosh.
Are you up to where Saka just challenged, stop the cross going in?
Yeah, we've just gone past that part.
Look at that possession chart there already. And we're only 10 minutes in.
Wow. You guys got everyone back.
Yeah, like I say, I don't know if the best way is to attacking like worked well in midweek.
Oh, who's that? Kieran Tierney? He just hasn't got the pace to beat Bissaka like that. He hasn't got the pace to beat him like that.
So United playing this defensive thing, I'd be a bit more confident in the era of Vidic and Ferdinand, but not with what we've got at the back at the moment. And De Gea not the most confident keeper in the world at the moment, neither.
Yeah, what do you think of De Gea? I think he's not what he used to be. I think it's time maybe to cash in on him. What do you reckon?
I think there was an opportunity a few seasons ago when I think Madrid and everyone else came sniffing round, but he stayed. I don't know whether then the change of management, some for Mourinho, the lack of Champions League football, or the complacent desire, but I just don't think he controls or has a say on the back four, what I think a goalkeeper should have when we've been used to either Peter Schmeichel or Van der Sar. I think that De Gea doesn't control that back four and bollock him enough, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think... it's well, you know what? You usually when you get a player, they go through that transitional period, and then they start, booming. They really start to find their feet, and then they start to decline.
Yeah,
and I think he's probably in a declining cycle, but he's still a good goalkeeper. But his best years behind him.
No, I think some of it was always a great shot stopper, and very early on, people say, "Oh, he was great at point blank, quick reaction saves." It was always the distant shots. Of late, there's been a few goals he's let in through his hands, misjudged. And when we're trying to build and confidence and move forward, he needs to be on the top of his game and to give his defenders confidence as well. But I just don't think neither of them are giving much confidence. Either defenders aren't giving De Gea much confidence, and he isn't giving them much at the moment.
Do you know, I think it's definitely a case of we're used to the Schmeichels, we're used to the Siemens and stuff like that. We're used to a different caliber of player and these big games. So I think it's hard. We probably judge it a little bit harsher.
There we go. Oh
wow! I think you were a bit ahead of me now.
Wow. Have you seen that yet?
I don't know who's ahead of who.
Okay, you just had a ball right across the box, open goal, just missed it.
Yeah. I think I saw that bit.
Aubameyang was just a yard or two off behind the ball.
Right, we'll have a look at that. Yeah, you're ahead of me now.
Okay, then we're on 14 minutes, 20 seconds.
All right, you are 30 seconds ahead of me.
Oh, right, okay.
So you'll have to celebrate when Arsenal score first, yeah?
What I'm saying then, that was just too easy. It's good to see Roy Keane on the panel today. It'll be interesting at halftime to hear what he has to say.
Yeah, Roy said he doesn't mince his words. He's straight talking. To be fair, look, watching this game just under 20 minutes, the teams are really falling for grace. They've really, really fallen from grace. The quality is not the same.
Yeah. We can't. Every time we try to move up the pitch, Arsenal are breaking up the play, putting challenges in and not letting United get anywhere near your box for crosses or shots or anything.
All right. So Martial's on the bench?
No, I think Martial is suspended, I think. Or he's not fit, one of the two, but he's not on the bench.
All right, that's a relief.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, extra pace. That's a relief for us.
Yeah. Well, we've got Van der Beek. He plays behind the front too. He did for Ajax. Got Juan Mata. I'm a big fan of Juan Mata. He's not a 90-minute player no more, but what he is very cute. Doesn't give many balls away. He knows where to pass. It's a bit like having them old players like a Scholes. I think the other week, him and Bruno Fernandes were on the pitch together, and they were just hitting balls across the park to each other, pinpoint all the time, and it was just great to watch. But Mata, he's still an impact player that can just put that right ball through to a Rashford or a Mason Greenwood.
That never loses you when you can thread through a pass. At any age. All right, you're ahead of me.
No.
Don't you just hate VAR when you get a good goal? You're static, and then all of a sudden it gets pulled back for VAR.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think United are to midweek in Europa, in the European League. So
that's Callum Smith.
No, it won't. Not on the football zone, it won't be. No. Yeah, I haven't seen. I see Javonte Davis had your hat on last night to the ring.
Oh yeah. The sombrero.
Yeah.
Mayweather probably told him to wear it against a Mexican fighter, innit? So.
Yeah, I think he did what De La Hoya did when he fought Mayweather did when he fought De La Hoya, didn't he?
Yeah, the colours. Yeah. He's without a doubt. That's a star. That's a star, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Right, I've just literally seen a bit when Greenwood's gone offside.
Yeah, that was right. Yeah, whistle went. That's where we thought we were in then. We'll talk about that little through ball. Can't remember who it was that put it through. It might be in Fred to him. But
all right. We'll just engage some of the viewers. Anthony Montella, how you doing? Ant Phillips, hope you're well, mate. Max Gracie, well, good, mate. What you guys think of the game so far? It's not been a thrilling match, but I guess neither team wants to lose.
No.
Okay, that's he's all over him. Saka's quite strong for his age. He's only 18.
Yeah, 18. One to watch, isn't it?
Yeah, he's quite strong for his age.
I think Southgate, for someone that was struggling, he's got a talent wealth pool of young kids coming through, like Greenwood, Rashford, other players coming through that national team. You don't think of some of the performance, but they should be performing better, shouldn't they?
Definitely. We won't curse it and call it the golden age. We won't curse it.
No. It's amazing that golden age didn't win anything, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that golden age had other national teams that had quality players also.
Yeah.
Really quality players also.
See, Maguire, he always gives you a hope as a striker that he'll mess up.
Hey, that is an £80 million defender.
No, I know. Like I say, there's huge pressure on him, and also to give him the captain's armband as well. That's huge pressure as well.
To be fair, I thought he's a decent player, Maguire, but I never thought he's 80 million. I'm going to be honest.
No, there's one thing. What I do be frustrated with United sometimes is we used to be good at talent spotting. We used to bring a Ronaldo in, a Nani in. Two of the best transfers were done in the January window, and that was Evra and Vidic, and they were bought for peanuts. Yeah, all of a sudden now, where's that pool gone? Every time it's a player, it's 80 million or 100 million. Yet you see Liverpool picking up players here for 10s and 12s or 20s. Arsenal have always been very good at it. Bringing young players through when they were with Wenger and then selling them on. And just at the moment, United, I don't know what's happening there. We don't seem to be. We always have to pay full whack for a player that's any good. We've just seen the Jordan Sancho thing, and that never happened. Yet we used to be able to buy good players, some good players at Sporting Lisbon. I think Bruno Fernandes was a great buy. But we've seen those players. I thought we would have gone and got the player that Chelsea just got from PSG, just for his experience to be alongside Maguire for a year, just to give him that bit of experience and.
Thiago Silva.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I thought he was going. Look at Liverpool. They went out and got. Was it Thiago?
Jota. Yeah, Thiago and Jota. Yeah.
I mean, oh, what a ball! Great ball in.
Was that Tierney? Or are you ahead of that?
Yeah, we're ahead of it for United. United got a corner. It's a lovely ball in. See, the thing with Greenwood, he's got a left foot, right foot. I think the trouble with him, I think Solskjaer said, if he wants to be the striker, he's got to learn to head the ball.
Yeah, that's true.
With both feet.
Oh, what a ball. Oh. Are you at that bit? Greenwood's...
Yeah, just pass out with Greenwood with the left foot, yeah.
Wow. The skin Arsenal open, wide open.
Yeah. Split it. And that's what I was saying late on in this game. If they don't manage to do that, we've got someone like Mata that can do that type of ball as well. Has a cool head.
All right, Anthony Montella, Babbage on tonight. 8:15, mate. 8:15. The Savage is back.
Who have you got on tonight?
Babbage. 8:15. Last time he was on, it was very entertaining. It was very entertaining. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. The Allen fight didn't happen last night as well. That Lovejoy, wasn't it?
Oh yes, that was a good little. That was a good little scrap. That would have been.
Farouk, he's got no luck at all since he's gone to Matchroom. A member of his team had corona, so he couldn't fight. So it was just a shame.
Yeah, it's tough times out at the moment for a lot of people. Hopefully we'll get through this, but I think we're going to have to work together on this, to get through this.
Well played. Yeah, no, especially with the announcement of the second lockdown coming now in the gyms, but the same for elite sports, football, boxing can still happen, but you don't know whether it's just the next step before total shutdown. And I know the Premier League have always been after that couple of weeks holiday in January. I wonder if it'll coincide with that.
Yeah, probably. But I think the thing for me on lockdown is the gym. That really helped me. As soon as we got back to being active, out and about, and things are open, the gym was a godsend. Yeah. But now that's shut, I don't know what the hell's going to happen now. Because what can you do outdoors, really? Runs and walks. But I find running a bit boring. Yeah. So I don't know.
And it's like, no, I think it's the gymnasium as well as going in and workout. It's the social thing as well, isn't it? Seeing people in there, knowing people and having a conversation, having a coffee afterwards. Oh.
All right. You've got a free kick here, Willian.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got one here for United.
Oh, wow. See, that's how far back it is down here. It's like...
No.
The signal's really slow down here now.
No, we're on 24 minutes, 25 seconds.
Okay,
Yeah.
All right. Look at that. The counter-attack all day long.
Yeah.
Was that a foul? How was that a foul? Oh, it was in Pogba.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that guy, the referee? Oh, Mike Dean. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That referee, that's the one that does my night in.
Would you say Mike Dean? Would you say Mike Dean's the Terry O'Connor of football?
Yeah. Yeah. But Terry O'Connor's innocent, so it's done now, I suppose.
Yeah. I think someone tried to blame Terry O'Connor for a scorecard last night, and he turned around and he said it wasn't him.
Oh, was that there was a wide scorecard, wasn't there? On one of the judges.
Right, yeah. So where as an Arsenal fan are you wanting them to finish this year? Are you wanting to be second, or are you just happy with top 4?
Second. Arsenal will never be second at this rate. Top 4, but again, I'm not holding my breath. I mean, we played 6 games and we lost 3. It's not really good. And we've only scored 8 goals.
Yeah.
So we're having a problem scoring goals. We're not playing well. We're playing some ugly football at the moment. So I don't know. It's a process. Sometimes you just have to accept you're building and you're going to have to take the pain for a longer term gain.
Yeah. See, there's bit of, listen, it depends how Liverpool's got to get on now. They've had a massive loss, haven't they? With Van Dijk, he's injured. I think he'll be out for the season.
The season, wow.
Maybe, but I say that's a huge loss for him at Liverpool. That it's up to teams to really get at them at the back and get the confidence drop a little bit. But Liverpool will be out to show that they're not a one-man team neither. They're good players. Well, I say Leicester are doing well. Aston Villa have had a good start to the season as well. Everton, well, the wheels are coming off again already now, aren't they? So, sorry, there's a ball in the box there. I thought I was heading it myself.
Mike Dean, he's just whipping out the cards. Mike Dean, one foul, straight yellow card.
Yeah, well, Fred just got booked before and don't know what for. It's
to be fair, that was a yellow card. I've just watched it back. Complete shirt pull.
Have Arsenal had any penalties this year? I know United get stick for being given penalties left, right, and centre at the moment.
We've hardly had any. I think, have we even had one? We've hardly had any, to be fair. I don't think we've even had one.
No. I think the other day, Rashford was unselfish for the hat-trick. He let Martial take one, didn't he? He managed to get the hat-trick after that, but fair play to him. Doing well, Rashford. Let's say 23 years of age.
He was getting a lot of stick at one stage from United fans.
I think so. I think maybe I might have been one of them as well. It's just that perfect passing football sometimes and putting the head down and not running back and just that type of stuff. And when, like you say, you used to have Van Persie, Van Nistelrooy, all them type of players that just put the foot through the ball and make the goalkeeper work. Just think of that bit of frustration, Joe, instead of trying to be the perfect ball or not being unselfish, laying the ball across. It's just like, nah, if it's on, take it on. Do you know what I mean? Get the goal.
Do you find it's decision-making with Rashford? Decision-making in ball? Sometimes?
Yeah, I think sometimes. But today, like I say, I think with Martial as well, when he's alongside him, he's always trying to pass to him and they're trying to do like a Cole York, but they can't be Cole York. I just think Rashford's just got to be more selfish, just be an out-and-out striker, get the ball and start going at defenders, got the pace. Just be like Ronaldo was, although there's only one Ronaldo. Ronaldo used to turn and go, and it's up to the defenders. Either they brought them down, free kick, Ronaldo, bury it. And I think United need to start getting on that a little bit more and taking defenders on it and making them put the challenge in and getting the free kicks and taking the shots on from there.
All right. Chase Athletics, come on, you Gunners. It's not looking great at the moment, and it's been a very boring match so far, I must say. Yeah,
it's very stop-start.
And Mike Dean is obviously, he likes to be centre of attention.
Yeah. Well, I say the first 10 minutes, United couldn't get in Arsenal's half. They're playing it well. United have got into it now, got a bit more possession.
One shot on target, you guys, and we've had 0.
Yeah. Half an hour gone. Do you think that possibly? I think both teams want to win, but they're a little bit cautious as well that neither team would want to lose. And if it gets like this to 75, 80 minutes, 0-0, they'll settle on the 0-0 and having a point instead of losing.
Yeah, exactly. I think Arsenal's lost their last game, so they can't afford to lose another game. Well, they've lost 3 games already.
Yeah.
and United obviously as well. I mean, you don't want to lose. You don't want to lose another game at home. So there is a bit of caution. I mean, look, there's so many defenders back each time. There's like literally the handbrake is on constantly in this game.
Yeah.
And Arsenal, with their passing, they're not going anywhere. It's literally sideways and backwards.
Yeah.
And Willian has been really, really poor. I've got to say that. It's been really, really poor. He's coming for the big money, 3-year contract, and he's done nothing. We played well against Fulham, and that's it. MTK Live, how you doing, my bro? How's it going? All right. Joe, I'm going to ask you this question. One of the viewers. Can you ask Joe what he thinks of the current coalition regarding illegal protocols in Uganda?
I'll have to get back to you on that one. Yeah. What I've tried to do of late is not watch no news whatsoever.
Oh, okay, no news.
News, because I just found it so
negative,
depressing, and anything. So the missus or someone said, "Oh, you're not allowed to do this now. You're not allowed to do that." And like I say, is the gym still open? Yeah, right. My life carries on as normal. Then, do you understand? What I understand, but just try not to. It's like they just go away, make it up, and then try something else. And when we were in Latvia, and we were watching over there, and they showed what was going on in France, what was going on in Italy, and then the show was going on in the UK, you'd go, wow, what's going on there back home in the UK, like with this and that and everything else. And just mad. So I really just don't try and watch any news whatsoever at the moment. They keep coming up with these slides and click and stats and everything else, but when you're going through your social media and you see people putting out videos and content showing no one at no testing centres anywhere up and down the country, day in, day out, no one there. So where are all these tests and test results coming from? So it's
we won't talk about the track and trace app. That's another show in itself.
I was in Costa the other day, and they said, "Oh, do you want to do a track and trace?" So I went, "No," and I went, "You've got a track and trace. You've got to stay in." I went, "No, it's all right. I'll leave it then." It's like, wow, it's just mad.
Right, Mac 1, is it still 0-0? Yes, it is, and it's not been a great game so far.
No, one shot on target for United. That's about it.
Yes. All right. How many signings do you think Man United need to be a force again?
Signings, well, I'd say a good defender. Wan-Bissaka, they brought Telles in. He played well. Still not sold on Maguire. I do feel he needs someone alongside him. We'll give Axel a go. We've got Eric Barler. I think we really need a good right winger. We've got a good right winger. We've always played. I know we've got Mason Greenwood, but he isn't a winger. And on the left side, Martial tries to do that. I just think we need someone with a little bit of pace. I think we're overrun with midfielders now with Pogba, McTominay, Fred, De Beek. There's some of the players. I'd say a couple of good wingers, and an out-and-out striker, and that's what I want Rashford to be, just an out-and-out striker. I think we haven't got a penalty box striker. The last one we had, I think, was Chico Hernandez, Michael Owen, but just like a proper 6-yard striker, anything in around the box, a bit like Fowler used to be, Michael Owen. Just someone there predatory that will just take anything and get anything just to be in around. I know the game's changed; it might not allow that, but just someone with that instinct up front. I think you look at Haaland over there; he's United.
Oh, yeah. You missed out big time.
He's smashing everything from inside, outside, everything. just a proper out-and-out striker.
And were you interested first? You were interested in him first. I remember that.
Yeah, I think so. But I think the history with Haaland and the incident with Roy Keane, he'd never ever be allowed to come to United.
Yeah.
So that'd be it. But and that's why if Greenwood's got to be a striker, we'll let him go and be a striker, or Greenwood be a striker. Don't come deep and play two up front, or let one of them be the Henry, the Ronaldo. Just go give him the ball and watch him turn and go. I think we did have one, and they let him go, Lukaku, and you look at him and go and see what he's gone and done over there for Inter Milan. He's absolutely firing, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. It's amazing what confidence does. Matt One saying, Cavani, maybe he can do something like that for you. What Lukaku did.
No, it'd be interesting. He nearly scored in his first touch. Oh my God. How did you miss that?
Oh, you're still ahead of me. Who was that?
That's your lot. You'll see it very shortly now. Wow. I'll see the replay on that. I think he swung a leg at it and missed it, or the United player just got him before him. Yeah, Cavani. It'd be interesting to see what he does. But I feel that the 3 or 4 players that United bought in that last transfer window weren't the players that they set out to buy. Maybe it was a bit of panic buying at the end, and they just picked up.
Oh, I saw that. Lacazette's air shot.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. I mean, he's had big chances in big games. I mean,
yeah.
Come on.
That's they played very well in around the box there. They played very well. And what I was saying to you is like United's back four, you've just seen it again, how it was cut open, and no disrespect to Arsenal, and like Arsenal, but Barcelona, Real Madrid, or Juventus, or any of that would be absolutely getting battered here now by 3 or 4-0, or Dortmund. Do you know what I mean? It's Was it Lindelof? Lindelof got a foot to it there just to stop him.
Oh, he got a foot to it.
Yeah,
okay, right.
Now in the
I'll take that back then. I'll take that back.
Yeah, Lindelof managed to put a good challenge. Oh, you're in again. Oh,
what's happened?
Willian hit crossbar.
Finally, Willian's doing something. All right, Laka is he better than Giroud? Well,
Free fraction. Was it? Oh yeah, just shaded top of the crossbar. But United cut up open again too easy.
Okay.
See, they've got to see. Luke Shaw's been playing at left back, and Williams was playing well. Young kid coming through, and then United's gone and bought another left back. And if anything happens to Saka, it's like, what's got to happen there on that right side? And they're just getting carved open too easy. United at the back, too easy. Oh, shocking ball again.
I know Willian hit the crossbar, but
both teams today, they get possession, and within a pass or two, they give it away again. Sloppy passing at all.
Yeah.
Did you see the shot?
Yeah. I saw it. For me, that wasn't even close. It was too high anyway. It was too high. But Willian needs to start justifying that big contract that he's on, from Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see what you mean about the sloppy passing.
Yeah. So United's got it then. Pogba just the ball took off. Arsenal have won it back. 2-3 passes. Oh, look at that. Got in the middle of the 4 players again.
Right, 5 minutes left of the first half.
Yeah.
It's been a drab affair, I must say. Do you know how I started watching boxing more and more? Then Arsenal were going through the drab stage with Wenger at the end. We couldn't buy a result.
What's that?
Yeah, I think remember when it came to the end of Wenger's reign?
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed I started to watch more boxing at the time.
Did you? Yeah.
It started to increase.
Do you know what? I seen Wenger. He
Yeah.
was doing. Wenger. He was doing. Was it a book tour recently or something like that? And I just thought to myself, I wonder if you fancied managing United for a season.
But do you think he's like? Do you think that time's gone now? Because it's a bit like George Graham. But George Graham came back to football now. Football has changed massively.
Yeah.
And often Wenger, he likes to play in a particular way, which might not work now.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, yeah. The day-to-day rigors of the Premier League.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see because you've got Poch obviously since Tottenham. He's not gone to work. He's there floating around. I don't know whether United have got to give Solskjaer till Christmas to see what they do. You just don't know, do you? And like I said, there's a lot of young coaches now. There's a lot of former players like Arteta, like Lampard, like Solskjaer, like Stevie Gerrard that are. Oh my God. Marcus Rashford there, ball, controlled it, but just couldn't get the shot off. I think he handballed it.
All right. Viewers, let us know what you think of the game so far. 0-0. It's not been a great game.
No, it's not.
I must admit.
Pogba's trying to put his mark on it, but he's getting the ball took off him a bit too easy. What do you think of the former players? Do you feel that they've got to manage big clubs too soon and they should have started lower and worked up?
What, younger players? Sorry.
Like I said, younger coaches now, like Arteta, like Solskjaer.
Yeah. I think
Lampard.
Football's changed. I think they want these younger coaches because they want them to coach the players a bit more. And they understand the culture and the traditions of the club. Yeah. So that's why they try and bring him in. So like Solskjaer, he already knows the Man United way, right? Okay, yeah, it's not Ferguson, but he knows what Manchester United's all about. He's one of your own. Yeah. And I think Arsenal tried to do the same with Arteta as well. Bring him in so he understands the philosophy of the football club. However, it doesn't mean that you're going to do well, But again, it's also linked to the amount of money you have at your disposal. Who's Mr. Freeheader?
You did. You'll see in a minute. Oh, he just couldn't. He just needed to put it down.
Like I said again.
Backer.
Yeah, I thought as much. Big chances missed in big games.
Exactly. And I said to you early on, they've got to be ruthless today on either side, whoever gets the opportunity, because they're not got to get that many. Now, Arsenal have had a few there now in the last 5-10 minutes and never did anything. United have only had the one shot on target.
Yeah. And against Leicester game as well, we did well first half. And the game was pretty tight. It was like this. Yeah. And then Jamie Vardy came on and then that was it. Counter-attack. He scored straight away. First chance, scored.
Yeah. What was pleased today for Solskjaer, I'm not a fan of this. And Mourinho used to do it, and sometimes some teams still do it, as Solskjaer does. But they'll play a team, but then they'll have the number one players, the stronger team, on the bench. I'm always like, put the best side out, get 3-4-0 up, then pull them off. Don't be sitting there thinking and disrespecting teams, thinking, oh, we'll get a win here, we're just using this. And if we get in trouble, we'll bring the big guns on. How many times has that backfired on so many coaches recently over a few seasons? Just that they're on good enough money. It's not like in the 70s where there was 12 players, one sub, and they were playing week in, week out in Europe, FA Cup, heavy pitches. And like you say, they're athletes now and they're on huge money. And it's like, what do you mean resting them? Like, go and get the goals and then rest them then with 15, 20 minutes to go. You know what I mean? And put the other players on.
Yeah, definitely.
Listen, Arsenal might not have scored, but they'll be happy to half time. I think the pressure's on Solskjaer to change things now. He's got to see how much longer he keeps it like this before he makes some changes. Be interesting to see what Roy says in the studio now.
I know what I know what he's going to say. These teams are falling from grace. I know he's going to say that. All right. William he actually looks knackered already. William.
Yeah. I think they missed the trick when Spurs beat United 6-1, and it was Ever and Souness there. They're all wishing it had been Roy. So I don't know whether some people at Sky thought Arsenal were going to do United by 4 or 5 again today, so they brought Roy.
All right. Chase Athletics. Gerrard is doing good at Rangers, and Wenger would do good in international football. Can always go back to France and coach club ball. Club ball. All right. Great development coach. Yeah, Wenger is. Good thing about Arsene Wenger, right, is he doesn't need a big pot of money. You know, he can actually develop a player, and he's got an eye for a player.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, you've got the modern coach where they simply cannot work with young players and then make them world-class players. For me, that's proper management. When you can develop someone, you know, for me, that's a proper manager. I'll be honest with you.
I think Wenger and Ferguson, I think that's why there was such a rivalry. They were so alike. They were getting young players. Wenger had the French market tapped up, brought players in. Ferguson did as well, brought them through, and they went on to be huge superstars. And the before Solskjaer and Arteta need results now. So they're given big players to do it. But I thought with Solskjaer, it was because he had Ferguson in the background to be able to go to how do I handle this Pogba situation? How do I handle this situation where with Mourinho, Mourinho was on his own and there was a player revolt, or that, as Roy said, they threw him under the bus. But I feel with Solskjaer, and I know Alex could walk into that changing room and say, listen, don't be trying any of that bollocks here with volley like you did with the last feather. Do you understand? So I think Ollie has Alex there to fall back on if need be.
Yeah. All right, Gerard. All right, Rangers FC in the building. Thanks for joining us. Remember, guys, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button. Joe Gallagher's in the building. Avid Manchester United fan. All right, Gerard is working wonders at my club this season. Our Rangers team is unbeaten in 17 games in all competitions. Yeah,
I think it's the only team. It's the only team unbeaten in Scotland and England, isn't it?
Hey, you know what I've got to say to that? Aye. You know, good. Yeah, Rangers. Do you know Rangers? I remember Rangers when they had Brian Laudrup, Basil Bully. They had a few players. Torre Andre Flo. They've got a big history. That's a big club.
Yeah, and I think Stevie Gerrard there as well. I think he's got the tap in there with Liverpool for players that want to go out and get experience and to build the youth players and that. Very much like Man United used to give their young players coming through to Preston, North End, them type of things, to give them big match experience instead of just playing in the reserves and not getting a game. So I think Stevie's got a couple of the Liverpool academy kids up there as well. So yeah, no, he's doing a good job up there.
It'd be interesting to see how he does, because great players don't always make great coaches, and even so as fighters as well. Great fighters don't necessarily make great coaches.
I think Diego Maradona didn't become great. You look at Wenger and Ferguson, not saying they weren't good footballers, but they weren't your Pelés and your Johan Cruyffs. And then when people go on about same thing with boxing coaches, Emmanuel Stewart never had a professional fight. Freddie Roach had a few fights. Virgil Hunter, do you understand? Where the best fighters didn't really make really great coaches.
Why do you think that is? Because look, it's not just in boxing, but in football as well. Why are the great athletes not becoming great coaches as well? Well, very few become great coaches.
Just 2 seconds while I hear what Roy says here.
All right, okay. All right, Roy Keane is going to absolutely slate the players.
We're going to half-time 0-0, and De Gea's not really had a save to make, but we need to liven up.
How impressive have Arsenal been then, with Thomas?
United needs to liven up.
No, I think they've been really good, aggressive with the press. But Thomas Brings them
That's been really good.
the way he moves the ball.
Eh?
He's high up the pitch. He covers a lot of ground. And at the same time,
So
Yeah,
Arsenal's been very, very good.
the Arsenal seem to be happy with it.
overloads.
They're all about Partey being a big influence.
Pretty patient, creating chances, but overall,
Right, Rangers FC. Aye, yes. That's what I learned when I went to Scotland. You know, I would always say aye. You know, do you think you'll win the English Premier this season? Definitely not. Arsenal will not win the Premier League. Look, I'll say that right on camera right now.
I don't think they'll win it this season or United or the season after. If we're not, are we? We're just not.
Right, I've got 40 quid on United. Well, Man United, if you watch Arsenal against Leicester, it could be a similar thing where Arsenal are holding Manchester United at bay, and then towards the end of the game, Man United just hit Arsenal with a counter-attack, and then then Man United win. So your 40 quid might be trebled. You never know, mate.
Arsenal had a direction of how they want to play. Manchester United played off the cuff to a certain extent, but he should definitely.
So was that
You say Arsenal have absolutely had some chances, haven't they?
same as the Liverpool game, same as the Manchester City game, same thing?
Yeah.
From Manchester United going forward. Yeah, we've just not seen enough of it again.
Do you rate Lindelof?
Maybe more credit to.
And look, Joe, he's one of them players, a bit like in the old United team, where he'd do a job for you, whether it be a Darren Fletcher, a Nicky Butt type. Do you know what I mean? They do a good job. They're going to do a job. They do a good job, Lindelof. But I just don't think he's big enough to play in the position that he is. Understand?
So who's your? Let's talk about our star players for the first half for either side. So Manchester United, who's been the player for you?
I think Pogba's tried to keep his foot on the game. He tried to get involved, try to get things going. Rashford, obviously try to keep going, putting balls through. Bruno Fernandes hasn't really got a grip of the game like he usually does. Not other defender. Wan-Bissaka's stopped, made some important challenges. Listen, you can't turn around and say there's been a good player in that half for United. I don't think there just wasn't. There just isn't.
Yeah. I think for Arsenal as well, I haven't seen anyone that's really been outstanding. I think Partey obviously has helped to stabilise the defence of the midfield, but aside from that, no one's really stood out to me like, they're really having a fantastic game at all.
No.
It's
I think Arsenal, Arteta, they'll be in the changing rooms. I think he'll just say, same again. United have got to take chances if they want the win, and we've got to counter attack them. They know United are delicate at the back, and it'll be up for United to make the first changes if they want to get 3 points.
And it's simple, yeah.
And I think we'll just have to sit tight, and they might get a late goal with United trying a push on. But at the moment, United, it's not like waves and waves of attack. The waves of possession and chances created is coming from Arsenal. United are getting the ball up, but as quick as it goes up, it's coming right back down again.
But I think you can get joy down your left-hand side because Rob Holding is not the quickest of defenders, and you saw Greenwood's chance when he didn't Holding. So that's your area where you can get joy. But actually, funny enough, our best chances have come from the wide areas as well.
Yeah.
So that's maybe where the teams can get joy because the midfield seems to be cancelling each other out.
You're having good success on the right-hand side when you're up against Shaw and Maguire over that side. That's where you're getting all your shots in. Your crosses are coming in from that side. William cutting in from there. Everything's over on that right side, where the left side with Wan-Bissaka and Lindelof, they're managing to stop much coming through that side. It's the other side, it seems Arsenal are directing everything down that right side there.
All right, we've got a question about boxing here from Rangers FC. What did you think of the Chisora fight last night, lads? I thought he was unlucky to lose. This is what we talked about earlier. I mean, you said you haven't watched it properly, but That's a comment there.
Yeah, like that's in. Who's that? Is it Dave Caldwell? That
It's Rangers FC.
When it was it Dave Caldwell and Tony Bellew, from what I hear but from the general consensus, from what I read on social media, Usyk and won it well, I believe. The rounds were close, but I think people were giving it 8-4, 7-5, 8-4, 9-3. Them sort of like scorecards to Usyk. From what I heard, Chisora had a very good start, made it uncomfortable to Usyk, but Usyk landed the better shots, was hitting the target more and troubled Chisora once or twice.
It's a difficult one because I've watched fights where what Chisora done last night was enough, and they came away with the W. They won, right? I've watched fights like that. And then I've also watched fights on the other side where a fight has been elusive, like Usyk was, and they've just kind of said it. Look, this guy had the cleaner shots. He kept out of harm's way, had the cleaner shots. So it's a difficult one. It's very subjective. My personal opinion, I think I can understand why people might have thought Usyk won. I can understand. I can understand that, but then. Okay, Dave Caldwell, Bellew, maybe they're judging.
Because they're emotionally involved, aren't they?
But maybe they're judging on work rate as well. Because
I don't
know. Yeah.
I've seen someone do a comparison on that ethos then. And Lewis Ritson beat Vasquez easy enough because he was coming forward and the aggressor. Yeah, Vasquez jabbed his head off.
Yeah. Who would be a judge anyway? Who would be a judge?
Yeah, I don't know. But when you're ringside, I'm telling you, it's so different being a judge because you got to remember you're not seeing sometimes what these two sides see when they've got the backs to you. So you're scoring what you see in front of you. So understand sometimes where you can see sometimes a differential in some of the scoring. And the same when you're a judge and the action's going that way in front of you, you can see it all. But when you're a judge here and you're seeing back, you're not seeing stuff, so it is objective.
Yeah, and I can agree with that. You know the reason I can agree with that? There was one particular fight a year ago I watched, which was Pro-Gain Taylor in the O2.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there that night watching the fight in the arena. I thought Josh Taylor clearly won, right? Sitting in the arena.
Yeah.
And then I went home 2 days later to watch it again. And it was a lot closer than what I had thought. So I can see merit in maybe having some judges in the arena and maybe one, like what they're doing in football, somewhere in the studio, whatever, watching the fight on the TV, because the angles as well and the distractions around you, that actually does play a part in sometimes how you score things. It's a fact. I find that with myself.
When you're at home watching it and telling, you get used to you see all angles, all TV angles, replays, everything else. But when I think what Sky and all do, I think they used to do it in America, which was good. They used to have one guy just scoring it. They had the analyst, Tim Bradley, Andre Ward, and then they'd have Jim just giving the scorecard. I think when we went to America, me and Callum, to watch the Gael Badou Jack, Callum was on the comms and they were asking him for his scorecard. And it is hard to be commentating and scoring. So when I did a bit of work for the Zone, you're watching the fight and you're giving, he should be doing this. And they go, who won? And you think, well, I wasn't watching it, scoring it. I do feel when Matthew Macklin's commentating on it, then he shouldn't be asked for his scorecard because you're commentating on what you've seen in the fight and what he should and shouldn't do. That's totally different than sitting there and judging a fight because you're sat there looking for clean shots landed, the best shots landed. The two different things. And I think Sky don't help themselves by that. They should just have one person to do the scoring. And then whether it be Ed Robinson or Andy Scott, and you go, Andy, have you got the scorecard? And he'll go, this is the scorecard. And yet Macklin and Adam Smith just talk about the fight, not talk about who they've got up.
Well, in some ways, don't you think that's part of it's a good part of debate?
Yeah, no.
When you say, well, I thought he won. We need arguments, don't we? We need to argue about who we thought won. It's very subjective, right?
Yeah, it is. No, it is. And exactly. But I think commentary is very influential. I know I was getting riled a little bit when Natasha Jonas was getting ready for Terry Harper and what they were saying about Terry. And I was thinking, you've not studied this girl at all. You're not. And people are influenced by what you're saying about this and that. And I had to say, no, she can get hurt. She's been hurt a couple of times in a fight. She hasn't got a great engine. She only throws an average 21 punches around. But everyone listening to where you were going on about that, you would be thinking, oh, she's got a great engine, or she can't get hurt. And she has, and you just had to hold them up and go, that's sloppy journalism because you're not studying. Does that make sense? So, yeah, oops. Kickoff started.
All right, we're back. Arsenal Man United. We'll hold off with the boxing questions until full time. Joe Gallagher is with us, Manchester United fan, and I'm Arsenal.
Desperate for the win today. We've got to win today. Got to.
Right. This is the game to get out of the bottom half of the Premier League.
Yeah. I think if Arsenal win today, don't they shoot up to third?
Yeah. I think, no, fifth, I think it is. Fifth.
With a couple of teams on the same points, would it be? Something like that?
It's very tight.
Well, United have started quick out the blocks here anyway.
Yeah. See Bruno. Oh, no, it's on the floor. Gabriel, ankle. Oh, God.
Well, there's no changes anyway. They're keeping the team as it is. I wonder how long before they do decide to make a change. I think Van der Beek will come.
Aubameyang. Ankle, but Aubameyang.
Holding Gabriel Turner. So you're playing three at the back.
Oh, that was a good cross. That was a good cross. I think that was from... and Rob Holden got rid of it. That was a good cross.
Yeah.
What do you think of Arteta? Do you think he needs to be himself? Do you think there's too much?
I think
influence.
I think Arteta's a good player. I think he's been alongside Pep for a good while when he was at Man City. Is that right, Man City? I think Pep's been a big influence on him, but I think he has his own way as well. And and I know it's like being a coach with boxing. The manager can only do so much. At the end of the day, the players have got to do it. They've got to go out. It's up to them whether they can be asked running back to come back and put a challenge in. Can they be asked running across the front of the defender on the near post, taking a defender on? Can they be asked, have they got the fight? Have they got the desire? Do they really want to put everything on the line for that shirt and for that coach? And like Roy always says, players will throw them under the bus. And I think Arteta's got a group of players there. I don't think the Osso situation is helping him a little bit because he is a world-class player. And I do feel that whoever signs him or takes him on, he will make a difference for him. He might not be at his peak, but he still can influence a game. And you just think, well, if that's how you're treating someone of that caliber, maybe might deter other big-time players coming for it with his man management or that situation at the moment.
Okay.
What do you think?
Well, I think, yeah. Again, I think certain managers can get they can get performances out of certain players. It just depends. On the relationship between the players and the manager.
Yeah. Did you watch All or Nothing, the Tottenham Hotspur one?
I've been meaning to watch that. I've watched one of them when Mourinho gives Danny Rose a Pelican. Yeah.
It's really good. That Mourinho, he knows his stuff. I know people think, oh, he's this, but sometimes his decisions at halftime and the things that he does. But you also see as well when he doesn't like a player or he doesn't fit in. It was very interesting insight that I've not watched any of the other ones. I've never watched the Man City one. I will do, but that Mourinho Tottenham one was a real eye opener for the changing room. What goes on behind the scenes, and that it was very good. It's worth a watch, regardless of who you support.
Okay. So would you say, obviously, as a trainer yourself, like doing your homework on opposition is so important? Okay, in football, you know, I know they use a lot of what do they use? Prozone.
Yeah.
This player runs X amount of miles in midfield. This player doesn't run as much. Maybe we target him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I know, are you the type of like trainer where you look at a lot of information in terms of like for a fighter, how many punches he throws per round? He's not a
100%.
busy fighter.
100%.
He
Not only
tires.
that, though,
Yeah.
not listen, but the punch stats, the punches, how quick, and against similar style opponents who we fight, but the position in the ring where they throw the punches, in what situation they throw the punches. Do they usually throw most of the punches on the front foot or on the back foot from the center of the ring, against the ropes, in the corners? Some fighters don't throw in the corners. Some fighters, as soon as they go into a corner, like to slip, roll, grab, wait for the ref to break, step back. Them type of situations as well. And when are they the best times when they do throw the punches? Is it under pressure? And then when they do throw the punches, when do they throw the gap? So all that stuff from punch stats and what's the favorite combinations? How many times do they throw 1-2 left hook? How many times does he throw a right hand left uppercut? How many times do they throw? What are the pet shots? What are the go-to shots when they're tired? When there's fatigue, what's the habits? What's the habit? Do you understand? Everyone has habits when they're tired. Are they got to try and do that? Because early on in a fight, everything's masked because everyone's conditioned and drilled, so everyone can carry out the drills and the technique and everything that they've worked on. But when they get tired and dragged into a dogfight and they can't continue that technique and shot selection that I've been working on, they revert back to type. So you've got to look at all of that.
Interesting, yeah. Interesting, definitely.
So a lot of fighters' rhythm as well, knowing the rhythm, knowing when they're going to throw. Where do they usually move twice and then they throw a jab? Do they move back? Do they move to the right? And
what about when Fury fought?
Obama just used to sit there.
Oh, you see Arsenal. You see what I mean with Arsenal? Big games, missing big sitters.
United's fault that. The sloppy ball again in the middle of the park, careless header back, put Arsenal through. And he tried to curl the corner but going wide past Maguire.
Oh, it just went just wide, yeah?
Yeah, have you seen it?
It's coming on now. Okay, fair enough. That wasn't a gilt edge chance.
No. It wouldn't, but I would have backed Henry or Bergkamp to have scored it.
Yeah. So we've got to get used to this. Modern football, the players are different. They're just not, to the same standards before.
Yeah.
Take Ronaldo and Messi out of it.
Yeah.
This is different now. Oh, it took a deflection off Maguire. Was that a corner? Was it given?
No.
Oh God, I give up. That's a clear deflection.
I think there's another replay.
What are these referees who are controlling the VAR doing in the studio? They're missing some big decisions.
Yeah, I don't know. What's your take on VAR?
In what was it the World Cup? It was very good the way they executed it.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's come over here, and we just have. I don't know what we're doing. We've tried to do something of our own, and it's not really worked.
No, I always thought VAR, and like in tennis when the ball's in or out, I always thought, right, okay, then if there's a bit of an offside issue, we'll use VAR. If it crossed the goal line or it didn't cross the goal line, the ball half off, there's an issue. But something can happen and it'll be a bit of an infringement. A player carry on in one half and it'll carry on at the other half and there'll be a goal. And they go, stop. We have to go back to VAR for an incident that was like a minute ago and like 4 passes ago and say no goal. That's where it's killing it.
Yeah, definitely. We've got a couple of questions we've got to ask you, Joe. What an uppercut from Tank. Thank God Leo got up in the end. He didn't even move for about 90 seconds. Brutal KO.
Yeah, it was a brilliant fight. I loved watching the fight, and I thought Santa Cruz, fair play to him, moving up the divisions. He started off very well. wouldn't be allowed to get bullied, landed some good shots of his own. But I just thought to keep that up, he started off in fifth gear. Gervonta did. I really would have liked to have seen that fight in rounds 9 and 10, but what an uppercut. And I text the fighters today and some of the students at the academy just to watch that. And it was just the technique and the looseness of it, of the shot, and the way that he whipped the shot in. It was just an unbelievable shot. It just slipped on the outside and just nice and loose, whipped it in. And obviously Santa Cruz brought the hand back here, got caught on the chin, and it was an unbelievable finish. And like I say, people were talking about Povetkin as knockout of the year. Well, you had Gervonta Davis with a good one there last night as well. I'd like to see him now versus the winner of Campbell and Garcia coming up.
Question to you. I've got to ask you this. I was going to ask you. No, I'll save that till full time. I was going to ask you about Wilder, but I'll ask you that full time.
Wow.
Before we leave, that's going to be my sound bite.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
Okay.
No, hopefully Arsenal will be victorious and that will chill me up before I ask you a question.
No, but Gervonta, listen, Floyd was very vocal ringside last night early on. But like you say, that was a great one. And Joe, what was good last night, I think they allowed in, I think it was like 12,000, 15,000 as a crowd last night. The time the main event went on, I think social distancing went out the window the way they were all stood around the ring. It was just good to have some type of crowd in it. And what a great career Leo Santa Cruz has had, and it was good for him to be there with his dad. And Gervonta paid him huge respect afterwards. A touch of class from Gervonta at the end last night as well.
All right, United get all the calls. Will they never even go to VAR? All right, so Man United have been accused of getting a lot of VAR decisions. I mean, you've had a lot of penalties in the past year. You've had a lot of penalties.
Oh, see that there now. Pogba just had the ball. He had the ball, and he just gave a ball away. You'll see it in half a minute now. Upfield, in the middle of nowhere. And you just think this is frustration sometimes. And I like Paul Pogba. I've seen him playing for France. He's got class. He's got great ability. His touch, his passing. But then sometimes he just gives the ball away so sloppy. It's just, they expect better. Do you know what I mean? For a player of that quality.
Do you think he was worth that 90 million?
No. I don't think in the current climate, I just don't think no footballer's worth that type of money. I do feel it's getting a ridiculous amount of money when you look at doctors and nurses on the NHS. I just don't warrant it. And then you see players moaning and like because they can't be asked to run back for a ball and everything else. And I just do feel it comes to a point that it's getting silly now that footballers' money should just be capped. Oh, Thomas had a good strike for you then.
Okay, Partey.
Well, so you got to remember as well, it's raining up here now. The ball's getting a bit slippy. The pitch is wet. Fair play for him for having a shot on sight. And I said that to you right at the beginning of the game when he plays to be starting shooting and making the goalkeeper work, make the ball skid off the ground.
All right.
But yeah, going back to it, I do feel players' wages should get capped now for a while. It's getting stupid.
You had a piano player, 500,000 a week. Sanchez.
Yeah, I know. Thanks to you.
We flogged him at the right time.
Yeah, I know. Do you know what? And Pep and Man City were in the running for that. And for whatever reason, it was like a bidding war. And I think Pep just did it for the laugh. And we ended up with like the prize. It didn't do anything, Sanchez. I don't know how he was getting on at Inter Milan. I think that's where he went to. I don't know how he's getting on. But I know Lukaku and Ashley Young have done well since they've gone out there.
Right. The game's picked up, though. It's been a lot better than the first half. You know, teams have sort of come out their shell a little bit more. Nutmeg and Gabriel. Free kick.
Arsenal have had a few chances again. United still yet to do anything. Trying to be that one pass too many. every time they get a ball in midfield, there's 2 or 3 around them straight away, try to close them down.
Who's been a better team for you overall so far?
I think Arsenal.
Yeah, I think
Arsenal. I think United can't really get a control of the midfield. Just can't get it. I think Pogba's trying. Fred is nowhere to be seen. Bruno isn't having much to say. And McTominay, I'm just trying to find now. I haven't seen much of him as well. But look, same again now. United had the ball. Pogba lost it. Arsenal will control again. Arsenal have lost it. Fred's on it now. Arsenal have intercepted again. Arsenal's challenge. They're getting the foot in first all the time, breaking up everything United's trying to do. You'll see it coming up now in the next half minute or so. That there's a few passes and that, and Arsenal just breaking everything up.
Yeah. You see with Thomas Partey, Arsenal got a bit of presence in midfield now, at last. But I feel Arsenal probably need a little bit more speed down the wings. Look at that. That was a really poor pass from Aubameyang. Really poor pass.
Yeah.
All right, Rob Holding has actually done better than I thought. He would do.
Yeah. No, like you said,
from Bolton, isn't he?
United, I don't know if United had made notes of it or anything, but they've not set out a stall to absolutely try and exploit his slowness.
He's from Bolton.
Oh, he's done it again. Pogba done a great challenge, intercepted, dropped into the box. Could have passed it, but tried to take it on and lost possession.
Right. I got a feeling if Pogba scores an own goal today, you're going to invite him to do a sparring session with Callum Smith. Any of the players come down and do some sessions in the past down at the gym?
Yeah, no, they have done. We've had Rooney in the gym before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've had Rooney in. We've done pre-season with Bury FC, pre-season with Oldham, bringing Matic on. Fred's gone off now. We took Fred off, and Nemanja Matic has come on.
Okay.
So I said to you, Arsenal were overrunning midfield, and as you say, is having some presence now. I think they brought Matic in to try and help Pogba. And it's surprised, really, if you've got McTominay, Pogba, and Matic now in midfield, 3 big lads should be able to try and make an impact.
All right.
It's like Toure used to be for Man City and Vieira for Arsenal, and that's what maybe we all expected from United. Pogba to be like that big striker in the midfielder, powerful, goes on a run, hard to knock off the ball, and be shooting from him outside the box.
We've got a question from Kevin Worrell. What's happening with Callum Smith, Joe?
Well, Callum's training. There's obviously a Canelo situation at the moment that I think the purse bids are tomorrow for Yildirim and Canelo. So we're waiting to see what happens with that, because Canelo's got this situation going on with his own golden boy. If he can't fight because of that, they're trying to make Callum Smith then versus Yildirim for the WBC.
Oh, wow, okay.
So we're just waiting on that at the moment. And also, Canelo's training himself as well, and he has said that he wants to fight by the end of the year. So there's a possibility still out there that we could see Canelo Callum Smith before the end of the year. So everything will play out this week. But hopefully we're looking to get Callum Smith out before the end of the year. He wants to fight. If it isn't against Canelo and it isn't against Yildirim, he is training to fight before the end of the year.
Because obviously the Billy Joe option's now gone. He's fighting Martin Murray.
Yeah, so that's right.
Yeah,
Billy Joe, that fight's done. And it's December the 4th, the night before Tyson's. So, yeah, that's it. And it's hard, like you say, the other thing doesn't happen now, this lockdown and international travel and all that stuff. I'm sure it's hard. It was hard enough to get world-class fighters over here, or we go to America. So, yeah, we'll just have to see. Just sure, I think Kavanagh is warming up. Maybe he's an option to be brought on at the moment.
Okay.
Pogba. Go on. No! Great
Another
tackle.
miss.
Great tackle. Arsenal's on the break. Pogba got dispossessed as he was just about to pull the trigger. Good challenge.
Oh.
Take the ball about here for Arsenal.
You're warming up Cavani. I can see that.
Oh, Arsenal shot stopped. Stop. Oh, gone wide.
Arsenal actually played all right, I must say.
No, they have. And like you say, they're shooting outside of the box. They're trying to get the crosses in. They'll be... and that's what I was saying to you before. Against one of the top European teams at the moment, United were 3 or 4-0 down now. The attempts are coming up here now. 6 by Arsenal, 4 by United. Another sloppy ball out from United again. Just sloppy, just pure sloppy and laziness.
You feel like you're missing a leader on the pitch.
No, yeah, exactly. And obviously there's one in the studio there and Roy. And there's just no way Alex Ferguson, way back in the time, would have tolerated this. It's sloppiness. There's players there on X amount of pounds a week, and they can't do basic football, which is ball to feet, keep the ball, possession, and don't be trying to do to a fancier pass. Just simple football, keep possession and ball to feet.
But one shot on
target possession too easy. Again, pardon?
One shot on target each is appalling. For Man United and Arsenal, that's appalling.
Yeah.
Pogba doesn't trust the players behind him. United not a possession team anymore.
No, they're not.
Is that something you agree with?
Yeah, I don't say that. I was saying to you before about having wingers for United. I do feel they try and play Greenwood and Martial as wingers, but they're not wingers. Martial most probably likes to come in from the left, but I do think a bit of a one-trick pony. People are onto that now. He comes down the wing, he cuts in on the right foot. Yeah, he's either an out-and-out number 9, and the same with Rashford. Yeah, no, like I say, good point there about Pogba not having the confidence. Poor Pogba, he's running around the pitch today. 1 minute he was up front there about to strike. He's ran back. He is running. He's putting the work in. But it's a bit of like a headless chicken. He seems to be trying to do it all himself at the moment. He's back covering. Oh, no.
Penalty.
Fucking hell. Just when I was talking about Pogba, he's come back and he's put a sloppy challenge in.
Oh, wow. Arsenal got a penalty. All right. Joe, my fingers are crossed.
William put the ball in.
It's a penalty for Arsenal.
Yeah.
And we said Arsenal had no penalty.
And you know what? No.
What?
I don't, it's,
well, VAR again.
Yeah, but it's, you know what? It's a penalty, but it's a soft penalty.
Are they taking a penalty, Arsenal?
Not taking it yet. They're showing all the VAR replays.
Right, I'm just looking at the penalty now. Yeah. I don't know if that's a penalty, you know.
No, they're just saying Aubameyang taking it.
That looks a bit soft. It's soft. It's soft.
Aubameyang's taking it.
Don't bottle it, Aubameyang, man.
Arsenal scored.
Yes!
Sent De Gea the wrong way. De Gea dived to his right. Aubameyang puts the ball into the air. And listen,
right.
Arsenal, it's hard for me, United, Arsenal, they created chances today.
Joe, you got to promise me, if Arsenal win today, you won't put me in sparring with Callum Johnson. Right? It's only football.
I know. But Arteta, look at another London team coming up here. Listen, everyone's grown in confidence now. Everyone knows they can come up here to Old Trafford and get a result. Chelsea, Tottenham, Crystal Palace, now Arsenal. What's there, 20 minutes to go? Now Solskjaer trying to make some changes now. He's off on the touchline.
There's still time for you guys.
Well, there is, but not with this team on the pitch, there isn't.
Hey, you know, you play against Arsenal, you've always got a chance. They always give you a chance.
Yeah, well, they haven't done much today. I think it's having a chance, but we've got to create the chance as well. As you said before, the defenders, you thought they'd be struggling today, but they're not.
Right, we'll see if Arsenal's bottle can hold up.
Yeah.
I've seen this many times before.
So Spurs have had a penalty there. Crystal Palace have had a penalty, and now Arsenal have had a penalty at Old Trafford this season.
Do you know what it is? Pogba really should be playing a lot further forward. So when he comes back like that, he's not a naturally defensive player.
No, exactly. And I just said to you before then, he's all over the pitch at the moment. He was just up the other end trying to get a strike in and goal. He's now out on the left wing. He's all over the place, and he came back, but he came back covering there. I don't know who's supposed to be picking up. But on that side, like I said to you at half-time, Arsenal are coming down the right flank all the time against Luke Shaw and Maguire. And that's where the penalty incident came from on that side again. So I'd say, where was Maguire picking him up then if William had took Shaw on?
You think Luke Shaw's been disappointed? You think he's been very disappointed, Luke Shaw, as a signing?
I think the injuries haven't helped him, but I thought it was a soft penalty. It was a bit soft. But like I say, as everyone says, Mason Greenwood's just been booked now. Just frustration from the young kid. Yeah, they've got to bring Cavani and Van der Beek in now. Do you understand? They've really got to. And they've already made one sub that took Fred off.
And it's been just like Arsenal to let Cavani score his first goal. I'm telling you, that's probably written in the script.
Cavani
to score his debut against Arsenal.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Ooh, that is a nasty one. What Greenwood? That should be red.
Yeah.
Wow.
Station now.
VAR, come on, mate.
No, yellow.
This is what I mean, Joe. This is what I was talking about. VAR is not working. Look at that.
United. Tell you what, I know Paul Pogba. I'll tell you what, I'd be interested to see what the panel say, but he is running around every area. He is working every area. He's trying to do it all by himself. Now, United are bringing the Beacon and Cavani. They're both coming on.
Ooh, the big hitters.
I think Greenwood will be coming off. And I think Fred will be coming off.
The big hitters.
Yeah, 73 minutes gone. Arsenal got the tails up here now. They're 1-0 up. They're not sitting back now, bro.
Arsenal playing well, you reckon, yeah?
Yeah. Well, they are. They're getting the 1-0. It's amazing because when the season football started back up after lockdown, United went on a great run, didn't they? They were like flying and they pushed themselves right up into that top 4 position and finished third. But they haven't carried on where they left off at the end of the season. Greenwood on the ball. Lovely play. Referee.
All right.
Oh, could be going off. Arsenal could be going off.
What? Who's that? Gabriel?
No.
I told you Arsenal will shoot themselves in the foot.
Oh, he turned lovely there. So he got a yellow card first half, but he's got off with this one, just a free kick.
Okay.
He was lucky there.
Yeah. I don't think Cavani.
He's on now for this free kick. Greenwood's off.
This is all set for Cavani.
Greenwood's not happy.
All right. Metal Box J, what does Joe think of Michaela Maya in Jonas's division? Good question.
I like Michaela Maya. Very good fighter. She won easy last night against Brockner. Yeah, I think she's the one to watch in that division. She's a very good fighter. Throws punches well, tall, upright, and she's a real serious threat. I wouldn't be surprised if she won all the belts. Mohammadi is a good fighter, strong, aggressive fighter. But I really like Michaela Meyer. Yeah, I think I see her call out Terry Harper last night, and Eddie Hearn won't make that fight. There's only one winner in that fight, and that's nothing against Terry Harper, but she hasn't got the seasoning or the power to. United. Harry Maguire shooting well out.
Right.
Arsenal making a substitution now.
He needs to take Lacazette off.
That's who's coming off.
Right.
And he doesn't want
for Ceballos, maybe.
I'll tell you now. A young player.
Nketiah.
Yes, Nketiah, Eddie Nketiah, yeah. He's come on number 30.
That's more pace.
How old's Nketiah? He's a good kid.
Yeah, he's about 20 years of age. He scored a lot of goals for England's under-21 team.
Yeah.
I think he scored the most goals for the under-21 team.
Wow.
So he's got a bit of pace about him. He's a real poacher.
Right. Luke Shaw. There we go. Well, it shows you the intent there. They've just dropped a striker for a striker. They're not, and this is what frustrates me a little bit with United. Sometimes they get 1-0 up. You've seen in a couple of games, or 1-0 up, and 10 minutes to go, they'll change the formation, and they'll be happy with the 1-0, and they just invite pressure, and then they concede, and then you wonder why. It's just like, why just keep what you're doing? Just kind of lock up and let's take the 1-0. Oh, terrible corner. Absolutely dog shit corner. The money they're on and they can't put a proper ball into the box.
All right.
Luke Shaw cross.
Just over 10 minutes?
77 minutes, we're on here.
All right.
Nketiah's through. Oh.
Nketiah has missed again, has he?
Oh, no. Him and Maguire. Maguire won the ball then, but like you say...
The pace.
Yeah, lively kid.
He's got pace. That's
fair play Arteta has brought him on to stop Maguire, because what Maguire was beginning to do, he was beginning to get the ball at the back, and he's got to move forward, and he's beginning to come forward more and more and more. And by bringing him on now, it's making Maguire hold back a little bit. I think about Arsenal still pressing forward. Oh, fucking Rashford's just hit one. Asking for a corner. There's no corner. It's goal kick. That's just frustration again.
You think United have been poor today?
Yeah, I think United have been poor. I don't think Arsenal have been brilliant, but what Arsenal have done is set out the stall, and they've created chances. They've created chances. They've got a grip of that midfield.
Yeah.
United early on, when they put that through ball for Greenwood, you just thought to yourself, this is how it's got to be. But they haven't managed to put many more through. I said to you early on, as soon as United got a ball in midfield, there was always 2 or 3 Arsenal players on him straight away. When United put that second, third pass, there's an Arsenal player there with the foot in, breaking up the play, breaking up the possession, and not letting United get a rhythm or have any time on the ball to build up some confidence and any momentum. They kept on breaking him down all the time. Oddin's down now, a bit of cramp, I think.
Yeah, that's it. That's the old Wiley trick, run down the clock.
Yeah.
Right, we're bringing on Xhaka.
Was that Njeka racing with Maguire there for the ball?
Those two. Well, Jackson's on my screen is literally just coming on, but I guess you're ahead of me.
Yeah.
All right. Metal Box J, what does Joe think about Roy Keane? What would Roy Keane say to this United team if he was captain?
Very much like you said that time. None of them deserve to get on the bus to get back, but they're at home, aren't they? It's listen, Roy. I think Roy would be absolutely hoarse at the end of the match. He'd lose his voice because he'd lose his voice and his patience, and there'd be a few strong words. And I think that's what needs to be said. I know that I think Bruno Fernandes and Maguire or Lindelof had a to do this year in the changing rooms at half time. It was reported, something like that.
Okay.
But you're seeing in that era when Roy Keane played, they were getting it then, whether it was Phil Neville getting a slap on the back of the head or Schmeichel getting a bollocking or Pallister or whoever, Ferdinand, they were all getting the bollocking, Beckham, and they were getting it there, and then it wasn't wasted till half time, and there were standards, and Roy won't allow them standards. It's like now some players, like I said today, have been giving away the ball too easy, sloppy balls, and there's no one there bollocking them, do you understand, telling them ball to feet or anything else like that. So, yeah, I think Roy'd have a heart attack, his blood pressure with this lot today.
Why don't you think Roy made it as a manager?
I think it's his own standards. I think his own standards and having to deal with. You got to remember, Roy came through with Brian Clough and Alex Ferguson, both great coaches, both good football men, and both, like you say, winners and demanded. And both managers got the most out of the players. Clough did with Forest with the European Cup. Some of the squads Ferguson won a league title with and won big games with weren't superstars. They all had a job to do. And I think Roy Keane, his standards and players and social media and the dedication and the agents and Russell just drives him crazy. I think, like anything, the players have got to want it as bad as the manager, and they're willing to play for the shirt and die for the shirt on that field. I don't think that's the case with some of the footballers now, and they don't understand the drive, the passion, and the hunger for success like Roy has.
That's it. Not everyone's cut out to be a manager or a trainer, I suppose, or even a captain.
No.
Some people can't get the message across.
No, yeah, there's 8 minutes to go here now. United are crossing into the ball there, collected well by the Arsenal keeper. And Arsenal still pushing up. That's what I'm saying to you. There's 5 people up in the United last third at the moment, 5 Arsenal strikers against 4 United. That just shows you they're not sitting back. And what I was saying to you, United go 1-0 up and sit back and invite it. Trouble is, good interception again.
Yeah, but Arsenal definitely need a second goal, to win this game because their defence is not reliable.
Well, do you know what? They're doing well there. They just cut out a ball. Cavani was trying to put Pogba through them. They're looking for that little ball through again. It's like this little... I don't know whether all the players at the moment are trying to be a Messi with a little touch and a little pass. And, penalty. No.
United
are appealing for a penalty here. Matic is telling the referee to go far. There was good passing on the inside of the box.
This will be a penalty.
McTominay to Matic. He's gone in. He's took him out. Gabriel's took him out. Scissor kick. The referee said, no, it's a corner.
What? Gabriel needs to be careful. He needs to be careful.
Matic was telling to listen to VAR. There's pressure, hit the post. United just hit the post from across.
I told you.
Back in the box. Maguire, no one headed it down, no one on the end of it. Pogba on the edge of the box. Wan-Bissaka crossing, cleared again by Arsenal.
Yeah. Can Arsenal hold on? Will United come back in Ferguson time, sorry.
Yeah. I don't know, but what I said to you there, a draw isn't good enough for Manchester United today. I'm sure they'd take a draw at this stage of the game, but they needed 3 points today. They really needed 3 points. 4 teams come up from London now. 3 of them got away with the win. And no disrespect, like you say, we've not played a Liverpool or a Man City at home. The cross came off the defender, and if the goalie's head onto the post from Arsenal, it was the goalkeeper, Arsenal goalie, headed it onto his own post.
That's a clown-like. That sounds very clown-like.
No, it wasn't as well. He couldn't do much about it. The ball cut in, came off the defender's leg onto the goalie's head.
Also under pressure. Under pressure.
You'll see it now.
Oh yes, I've seen it. Yeah. El Neni.
Maybe that there touch of luck Arsenal need.
Yeah, it's about time. Also has some good luck. It's been a while.
But for United, yeah, they've still got Man City and Leicester and Chelsea, Liverpool to come to Old Trafford, and we've already looks like we've got to lose. It's not good.
Right. Well, they also brought on Maitland Niles to try and shore things up a bit more.
Well, they're making a substitution, Arsenal. 4 minutes to go, 86 minutes. Arsenal killing the clock. Arsenal's walking really slow off the pitch. Trying to push him off. The goal scorer's going off, and Mustafi's coming on. Mustafi's coming on.
Mustafi. You know that guy is a hospital ball, on legs. That guy, mate, 40 million we spent on him. 40 million.
40 million.
Yeah.
Wow. And Aubameyang has been booked for taking too long to get off the pitch.
Mike Dean, it never surprises me.
No, here we go. Luke Shaw, little dinking. Bassett, go on, goalie. No, absolutely dog shit United again.
Wow. The clock's running down. We still got over 5 minutes.
No, it's got 87 minutes on the clock here. 3 minutes, and I just can't see anything for United here. Cavani, 2 minute balls into the box. Like you say, what was that then? Try to fly the bit for the keels. Arsenal fighting for everything in the middle of the park again.
Yeah, United putting some good pressure on now.
Yeah, terrible ball by Cavani, giving it straight back to Arsenal. Arsenal.
I feel like Arsenal are going to have one more big chance.
Yeah. Pogba. 88 minutes. United, middle of the park, passing the ball about, really going nowhere. Crab football. Yeah, here we go, side again. Looking for a long ball in. Oh, here's Maguire.
Maguire?
And like Gary Neville saying, there's no width there at all. Every time they play it out, Bissaka, he's out closing him down. Back in again. Listen, we're 2 minutes out here, and this looks like it's an exhibition match, a testimonial, the way United are knocking the ball down here.
This is where the fans in the stadium help to draw the team on, don't they?
Well, yeah, but at the same time, the fans, but fans need to be inspired by United, and that's what I'm saying. To these players, they should be playing whether who's there. Just like there's players out there in the Sunday league with no crowds that are running at the ground for the pub team or the local team. Whatever else. They're playing for one of the biggest teams in the world, and they can't run around, and they're being paid from 150 to 100 grand a week. Don't need a crowd. They should want to do it. They, as individuals themselves, they want to be the best footballer. They want to be the best fullback, the best midfielder. They want to be the best in their area. not just settle for the wage and go home.
Right, Grievous. I still miss Highbury. Me too. Me too.
What did you think of Spurs' new stadium, by the way?
I have not been, but obviously from what I've seen on TV, I mean, it looks like a top stadium.
Yeah.
Top stadium.
So is your goal to finish above Spurs this year then, as well as top four?
Well, yeah. I mean, because Spurs would occupy literally one of those top four spaces. So
4 minutes extra time. 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Ferguson time. Ferguson time.
It is.
Mike Dean, please do not drop a clanger.
I'm telling you now, Solskjaer will be gone very soon. Another loss today. I'm telling you, Poch will be coming.
But Pochettino's won no trophies. Are you happy with that?
No, exactly. But
he's still a good coach, though. To be fair.
I think he is. But what from the players that he had at Spurs? Obviously, he liked a bit of flair. He had Harry Kane, Dele Alli. Do you know what I mean? Son. I think Mourinho's benefiting on the back of what Poch did there to a little extent at the moment. They took him to the Champions League final. Yeah.
Big achievement.
Yeah, big. But who else could come and manage United at the moment?
There's not a lot of great managers available, is there?
Another transfer kit. It's another load of money.
Right. Is that United corner? Rashford?
Both not coming back.
Corner?
No, it was just on the halfway line.
All right, we're into injury time.
Yeah.
1-0, Aubameyang penalty, but United are still pressing.
Well, they're not up here. Arsenal are doing well. Look at it. There's no urgency whatsoever. David De Gea, what's he done there now? Or free kick?
For United?
Yeah, no, it was just on the halfway line. Arsenal.
So they've really got to pump the ball in to the area because Leno's very suspect from.
Oh, fucking hell. The ball fell to the wrong player. Matic on the edge of the box had a strike, but it hit the ground before it got to the goalie. The goalie, comfortable for the goalkeeper. Straight on target. But I think that's it there now.
1 minute left.
Cavani not really had anything, not been given anything. But Arsenal goalie there gave a silly kick away there, but give United back.
Yeah. That's what Leno does. That's what he does.
Here's United coming again now, minute and a half to go. Rashford had the ball, headed it down. No United player to.
Wow. 1 minute left.
Pogba's got it now.
That's your match winner.
No, go on. Oh.
Did he?
He's on the break. The young player's got the ball, took it up the pitch into the corner flag, just laid it back. United to being repossessed. Lost possession. United are back forward now. McTominay. 40 seconds to go. Oh, shite ball. Absolutely dog shit. Why on earth did he try and play that? And now Cavani's giving a free kick away. Gabriel's threw himself on the floor. He's killed the clock here.
Run down the clock.
That's it.
Is it done?
No, but I'm just saying it will be on the after this. No, Arsenal have done well there to set out the stall and.
Right, we're in a dying seconds.
I think this is it now.
The game. Surely Arsenal cannot throw it away at this stage.
That's it. It's all over. Arteta, full of smiles.
Oh, wow.
1-0, Arsenal.
All right,
and
Joe.
Home for United.
First and foremost, you're not going to put through your fights tomorrow extra rounds on the circuit because of this defeat.
Oh, no, that'd only been if it was Liverpool beating us now, then Tasha and all Smith would have been getting it. So, Pogba, listen, disappointed. I did feel that he did run around. He did finger. Lindelof shaking his head here at the end now as well. Another loss. But they're not defenders. They're not out-and-out defenders. And pressure on Solskjaer now. Another home defeat.
Yeah. Joe, before we kind of exit, obviously we've got to run by you Deontay Wilder's comments. His video that went viral last night. What do you make of it? Brandon Fury, a cheat, a thief. Mark Breland, disloyal. Wow.
Joe, what, there's so much there that you just think, wow, there's got to be some lawsuits there. To accuse Mark Breland. Mark Breland, I remember when I was growing up watching him at the Olympics, quality fighter, watching a professional fighting Lloyd Donegan. Had the honour of meeting him over in America when he was training a fighter. When Cam Smith fought over there, always respectful, very knowledgeable. But to turn on Mark Breland like that and accuse him of messing with his water, I don't know whether he's still concussed from the loss still. He's taking it really bad. Some people don't know how to. You've got to remember Deontay Wilder had a great career. He was winning. He was on a great run. And all of a sudden, he seems to be struggling with dealing with the loss. The stuff that he's saying, what evidence he's trying to make, he's putting video clips up of cornermen pushing gloves up, trying to say he had weights in his glove last night as well or something. There's a dent on his head. Listen, it's very, 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 very dangerous territory, isn't it? Very dangerous territory. I think the people around him really need to, I think Shelley Finkel's his manager or advisor really needs to get an arm around him, tell him to stop talking. He's got to face himself losing all the money that he's got in lawsuits. And then he also declared that he turned down the Anthony Joshua fight for bigger money than Tyson Fury. So obviously he had an opportunity to fight AJ, but he turned it down and did the right thing, what would we say, to fight Tyson Fury in the rematch. But I think the one of Mark Breland, I think that's the one that disgusts me the most. Do you know what I mean? It's really bad. I can't believe that. United are 5th from bottom. Arsenal are up now to 12th. So, yeah, Arsenal are joint 5th now. Chelsea, Villa, Leicester, all in the same. But Arsenal have a game ahead of Villa and Leicester on the same games as Chelsea. And you're 1 point ahead of Spurs. They've got a game in hand. But, yeah, the Deontay Wilder, it was shocking. What did you think of it?
I was surprised as anyone because obviously Deontay Wilder's been quiet for a very, very long time. Obviously, other people have been doing the talking on his behalf. And that came out and it was just like, wow. It was like, wow. Yeah. It's difficult to imagine your own trainer sparking your water, but wow. Wow.
I know he says it in weekend. I'm like, well, the weight suit for one didn't help. And I think the pressure, I just think most people are having trouble dealing with it, but he's very adamant that there's some glove tampering going on. He's not letting go of it, is he? He's absolutely making out that something's gone on there. They're searching for every type of videos. I think they sort of put some imagery out before, but then the imagery was from the first fight. So it's a very dangerous ground, but he's adamant that something went on, or whether that is something that he's clinging to make up for his punishing defeat. But the only thing he can do by putting that right is getting in the gym, getting in shape, and doing the third fight, and make sure he does get the commission to. Because not only that, though, them allegations are levied at the commissioners, because when you're having your hands wrapped, there's a commissioner stood over watching it. There'd be a member of Deontay Wilder's team watching Tyson Fury getting his hand wrapped. There'd be the commissioner watching the gloves being put on Tyson Fury. There'd be a member of Deontay Wilder's team watching Tyson Fury getting gloved up. So there's all them people, the member of his team that went in to watch it in being bandaged and gloved, and the commission as well. So it's it's dangerous. It's dangerous talk anyway. It really is. But if he's that hurt about it and everything else, get in the ring, and the best way to deal with it is get revenge and go in and do it, and make sure this time that if you're in that confident, that send someone else in to watch the commissioner, and that's what you're doing. You're calling in the commissioners there as well. And I've been in numerous world title fights now, and there's no way in the world the commission keep hold of the gloves. There's no tampering with no gloves. They give you the gloves when it's to put on. They're standing over you when the gloves are being put on. How can Tyson Fury? Have you seen the side of Tyson Fury's hand? How can you say his hand was only in halfway and the other bit's flapping about? I just don't know how that's possible.
It'd be interesting to see what Tyson says. You know, what his response is to those comments from Deontay Wilder.
You know, Tyson, and what should we just say? Just the big dosser. Yeah, but it'll be interesting, and it'll be interesting for Mark Breland. I feel sorry for Mark Breland. He saved Deontay from further punishment, and Deontay sort of like half contradicts himself, saying, "Oh, Breland pulled me out." Yet you're saying Tyson had a weight in his glove that made an impact on your head. So you wanted Breland to let you stay in the ring to get hit by a glove with a weight in the head. Surely Mark did the right thing if that's what you're thinking, not the wrong thing. Does that make sense? So he's not making no sense. I just think he's struggling to come to deals with the loss. And when that happens on the big stage, and it was a massive fight, the rematch, so much pressure, and for him to lose like that, it's very hard for him to handle it. You've got to remember, boxing, it's such a traumatic experience, and people suffer bad trauma from bad fights, bad losses, and this could be the case. And I think people around him need to look after Deontay Wilder and just check in on him and make sure he's okay and he's getting the right support. And that's the trouble in professional boxing, that when the careers are over, they're just left to deal with all that trauma on their own, and that's where depression and all that stuff kicks in, and then that's when you see them turn to drugs or alcohol or try and find solutions in other forms.
Right, Joe, my Sunday dinner's getting cold.
No problem, mate. Sounds
So,
well. Listen,
thank you for your time.
You'll have to tipple with your Sunday tea there, mate. Congratulations on the result. Best team won. And I've got to listen to Roy now give these a right fucking, do you know what I mean? So, and that's what we do need, mate. All right, mate. Well, thanks for having on, mate. Keep up the good work and enjoy your
time. Thank you, Joe.
No problem, mate.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, mate. All the best. Have a good weekend.
And
Cheers.
you, mate. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.